welcome to episode 39 of Pokemon Pharaohs. Kind of found another bug while I was running back. Apparently my flying to Tiggerani doesn't work. If I fly to Tiggerani, I wind up in Rayquaza. So for now, we'll say there's a dark shroud over the village, and no Pokemon wants to fly there. But in reality, that's going to be fixed by the time I actually release this game anyways. It's not the hardest, most complex one. I just don't want to interrupt my streaming process for it. I want to get this game going and done with. Not that I don't love playing this. I just don't like talking to myself the whole time while doing it, or not being able to watch TV while doing it. I think that's actually the big thing. I like being able to watch TV while doing it. Even though last night I kind of thought about wanting to play the doubles version of this game. But if I did that, I would have to actually be able to catch whatever Pokemon I wanted. And it would be such a different playthrough. I haven't played that version of the game before. Besides just making sure that the doubles battle tag is working for all the trainers. But I don't know, I feel like I've been playing enough Pokemon Rogue lately to where double battles don't feel as awful to me as they used to. I'm starting to understand them better. It's just hard getting used to the idea of building teams like that whenever every mainstream game is not based around that. But if the game is based around, hey, your tough battles are going to be double battles, then in which I might actually end up making it to where more of the trainers are double battles. Kind of make it more random as you go through, like, oh, you don't know if it's going to be a single battle or a double battle. I feel like that would actually make the game harder. Pearl. Okay, let's save this real quick just to make sure these things aren't going to crash me. I don't remember what the first one was. Sharpedo. Man, we're gonna have to go shopping. I went back in between episodes to go buy balls. That was how I learned. Huh. Okay, this might have been right whenever I started breaking the game. Okay. Glad I just saved it. Let's see here, I should be Northeast Ocean. Let's go to the events page. Where are you? Nope, not there. Couldn't have been 115, right? No. Huh. Oh, they're there. Gotcha. Yep, there it is. I see the 7 of death. And it makes sense because it makes sense to me that there'd be a bunch of sharks in the time diluted areas. Because, you know, sharks have been around for millions and millions of years. I was trying to think of the word millennia, but it wasn't. That's not correct. Okay, so we got all of those ones done. Over here, a lot over here. Okay. So if one of those worked and the rest didn't, if some of these are right and some of them aren't, that means this is totally where I started messing up. This is where I made the change from a 50 to a 70 and accidentally typed a 7 in the front. Yep. And this is where everything went to hell. Huh. Okay, I think that's all of them. I think that's all. Save. And welcome back to episode 39. Thank you for our little detour. I hope you like the little behind the scenes content. That's honestly what I think I've been liking the most, is fixing things on the fly in front of you. And this one already worked. I don't know why I was worried about it. I like that I figured out what the problem is, though. So, like, now it's just very simple to go through and fix them all. It's not copying pasting anymore. And it's not just not knowing what the issue is. And this stream is just as, or this walkthrough and playthrough is just as much for you as it is for me, or just as much for me as it is for you. Because I gotta make sure all of this stuff works before I hand out this version of the game again. And it's also let me find other issues with the game. Like, I have a good 8 things on my note page right now of just things to fix and things to maneuver. Some of them are trying to, like, make both types, or make, like, that Sharpedo, for instance, it would tell me it's a dark water type. Some things are very simple, like just taking that one Nurse Joy and spreading her across the region. And we'll just call her the bootleg Nurse Joy. Honestly, might just put her sitting outside the Pokemon Center everywhere. That way you don't even have to go in the Pokemon Center if you don't want to. I don't know how that would work with flying, though. That might mess up flying now that I'm thinking about it. I'll play around with that. We're going to play around with that. I'm actually going to put that in my notes. Check to see how it works with fly. Ensure fly still works. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah, 8 things on my list. Huh. Like trying to fix. Damn it! Oh, damn! I missed one. Oh. I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know which one it was. It was one in the middle of nowhere by itself. I saw the hundreds, so that one's good. That one flipped already. That one's good. Who broke? Who broke? You broke? There, you broke. You broke. Okay. That broke. No. No inter. No inter. I'm just gonna make sure these little ones around here. I already clicked you. Ah, get out of my face. Okay. I think that should be okay. Welcome back to Man, I have no idea how many of these things I killed already, too. I don't think I'm too far away from how many of them I already did, though. Yeah, I'm only like 3 of them behind. Just die. Just die. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna kill this. Gotta kill the level 100s. They give a mildly good EXP yield. Ooh. Yep, there's the damn 7 again. Okay. Sorry, this episode has kind of become me fixing a pile of 7s. We're just gonna look into this real quick. That one's good. That one's good. Okay, so I think those ones will be good. The first one was kind of cute. The second one was kind of annoying. Now it's just something we're dealing with. Okay, I don't know why I opened up in that version. We don't want to debug the game. Oh, nope. There we go. That's just me clicking it before the game actually loads, so it tries to load up the load screen in a full screen. Okay, let's try this again. Hi! I like the idea of it looking like a Kabuto a little bit until like you get close enough for it to stand up out of the deep or out of the shallow water. An oval charm. I don't even know what the hell that does. I think that's something to do with eggs, right? I think that's actually yeah, key item. Okay, so that speeds up eggs. Forgot we have a shiny charm, so that actually makes it like 1 in 50. That's crazy. Hi, big guy. Aren't you adorable? I love this area where it's like different layers of sediment because it's time. It shows all like time just sitting here. Even though you can just run across all of it. Okay. And I knew his event was going to work because I put those ones in long ago. Man. Why you gotta do me like that, bro? It's funny because this has been my carry in Pokemon Rogue throughout the last couple runs because I unlocked a really good one of him and I'm trying to finish out all of the as many ribbons as possible. That word. Yeah. Killer of gods. Ooh, pearl. Gotta love all the extra money you get throughout this game. Ooh, a big pearl. $150. I think this is a new area to catch Pokemon in. I'm pretty sure I just ran straight through it. If it's not, then I'll just release whatever I end up encountering. We're just making sure all milky tanks work. You didn't hear this from me, but I've been seeing a lot of weird guys taking big bags of stuff into those rocks up there. I don't know who they are or what they're doing, but they don't look friendly. That's a little bit of post-game prelude. You think you really did anything? I'm just going to use some items to heal my Pokemon and rob the next person I see. We fought him already, I guess. since there are a lot of these things. Okay, so this is actually my wild encounter. Golly gee willikers, that did so much damage. I'm gonna throw out my thing that also just deals so much damage. See, it wants to join my team. Oh yeah, this is happening. Alright, we're chucking the ball right now. Ultra Ball, go! And the crowd goes wild! The real question is, am I referring to the produce aisle or am I just telling it to produce? Probably should save it real quick since I just caught that and I don't want it to crash on one of these. Ooh, a shiny one. That one actually looks pretty cool. Yeah, I sweet talked you into staying in the ball. Sucker. I was gonna name it chocolate milk, but I already know that's not enough letters. Or I already know there's not enough letters available. Alright, so I think that makes 4 shinies that we've encountered this route, or run through. Alright, about to pop that repel though. So you don't really need to encounter anything else. That isn't like one of these things. Definitely need to make sure I buy those when I get to the next town. Still can't decide if Dragonite is who I want to add to the team or not. But we're about to find the Rock Gym. Which is going to be the last safe haven for a while. I'm pretty sure it's like 3 straight routes. And the next city is after this is basically just in its own route. Alright, I'm glad the milk tanks all worked. Knock on wood. We're saving because of that actual literal statement. Oh, it's a ditto! I love randomly mixing the dittos in with the huge population. Felt like something was missing from that. Nope, maybe I'm just tripping. And what's the purpose of all these milk tanks and random things throughout the routes? Because it felt like world building. It's a dude just has all of his farm or all of his cows out here eating grass. All right, let's go through that just to make sure. We should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 badges already. 14 if you decided to go through here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Cool. We're gonna go ahead and heal up. I feel like there was something in this town I was gonna do besides the gym. I guess that guy automatically, yeah, he just stops you when you walk through. I should probably remove that. That's the crazy thing about rulers. Okay, just making sure they all work properly after that last down. Oh, right, that thing, I think. Just in case is the only Pokemon in this route, or this area. Because I don't know if there's actually Pokemon in this town. Or if it's just set up like a cave. If you have to name rate it, we'll name rate it. Because I don't have a repel going, I don't think. So I don't think there's actually Pokemon in this town. You need repels. Alright, we already did everything in there. Okay, gym time. Might not have enough time to finish this gym in this stream, but or this episode. Definitely won't have enough time in this episode. Okay. If you want to play this game, go to EeveeExpo.com and search Pokemon Pharaohs, or go to the links in the description. After you copy and paste them, remove the space before or the space before .com or the space before .gg, and they'll take you to the Google Drive or they'll take you to the Discord. Discord has all of the different maps, all of the trainer names, so that way you can search for them in PBS files and learn exactly what moves and everything they have. If you want to know what items are on every route, there's actual pictures of the whole route taken from the RPG Maker itself. That way you can see exactly where everything is, how many steps it is, however everything you want is. It's all right there in the Discord. Just check out the game. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you don't like it. Let me know if it's just too long and too boring for you. Let me know if it's just like, man, I can't believe there's a game this long and marathonish and actually makes use of Pokemon at higher levels without just being a rogue. Which there's nothing wrong with those rogues. I've been really enjoying those, but sometimes you need to just play an actual classic form of Pokemon that doesn't just hold your hand and say, "Oh, don't worry, child. We'll take care of you." There are 43 people that live in Rakoterin. simple. I feel like this thing has levitate, so I'm not playing with that. Dude, that's not cool, man. You're not supposed to paralyze me. And Dunzo. I kind of ran into a brick wall of ideas on the gems. Like, it was like I could make them super long and just keep adding tons of trainers to them. I don't know. I tried to make it to where I didn't duplicate multiple Pokemon like the 2 Soul Rocks there, apparently. It should have been a Lunatone. I was trying to make it to where you only saw each final evolve form once per gym. That's why some gyms like this one you just don't see a lot, but then there are other ones like. That's also why the earlier ones had access to more Pokemon, is because I could have first form and second forms. Where by the 80s and 60s, you really only should be using their second or third forms, not really their second forms. Unless there's like a thematic reason, like the challenger you're fighting just hasn't raised that Pokemon all the way yet. You know what, we're going to try and power through this one, even though he doesn't have any more grass moves. I just don't want to run back and heal just to run back and heal. And we have like just enough time. This is neutral. Oof. Didn't think about X-Scissor. Thought about bug resisting ground, but not that part of it. Alright. We'll go for another 50-50. Take the rock hit, hopefully. Okay. Gotta throw on out all reliable. Sorry, she's a woman. Gotta throw out the nice, young, beautiful flower, reliable. Gotcha. Alright, that'll probably be doing it for this episode. I think in between episodes, I'm going to try and figure out the replacement for Walrein. Are there really no Pokemon in Rakoterin? That's wild. I'm going to look that one up too. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful night. See you all next time.